Good morning, children. I will be teaching you the first chapter of a history of class 5, and the first chapter is Evolution of Man. Evolution means development, and in this chapter we will learn about development of early human. Evolution means development, the way living things change and develop over millions of years. So in this chapter, we will be learning about development of early human. Earth was formed 4,500 million years ago and was not same as it is today. Means there were no oceans and no continent. Forces like wind, rain and ice were changing the Earth's surface, forming mountains and oceans. First to appear on Earth were worms and jellyfish, and then came the organism which could live on land. There was a period when almost whole of the Earth was covered with deep sheet of ice, and this period was known as Ice Age. Before the Ice Age, all the continents were joined together into a single huge land mass known as Pangaeas. And when the Ice Age began, the continent and ocean had taken the present shape. During this time, the northern part of the continent, that is Asia, Europe and North America, had alternate phases of extremely cold and warm climate. Means when the north part was having cold climate, the southern part was little warmer. Early human had to travel from one place to another to get a suitable climate. Both animals and man migrated north and south with alternate phases of heat and cold and had to adapt themselves to the changed climate and new diet. Those who could not adapt, they died. Early man made great progress during the Ice Age, and he belonged to a group of mammals known as primates. Initially, early man was like apes, gorillas, and chimpanzees who used to live on trees and ate fruits. Some of these apes came down from the tree and gradually learned to stand and walk. This was the most important event in the man's development or evolution. He learned how to walk, he learned how to stand straight. And this position helped him to look in all directions and saved him from his enemies, that is bigger animals. Gradually, he learned to hold things. And when his brain developed, it helped him to use his intelligence in making tools. These tools were made up of stones and other things he found lying around. Gradually, he made many tools which helped him to improve his living condition. Early man communicated through gestures, and when he learned to speak, he passed his knowledge to the next generation. Now children, we have come to the last section of this chapter, that is species of early man. And in this section, we will be learning about the name given to them and where they were found. So the first species of early man was found in Africa and were known as Ramapithecus. The first ape man who walked upright and was very similar to man-like being was found in Central Africa, and the name given to them was Australopithecus. The subspecies of them was known as Zinjanthropus, and they ate nuts, roots, insects, made tools and lived naked. The modern man is called Homo sapiens. Children, this picture is showing the development of early man. Here, he was like apes who used to live on trees and ate fruit. And gradually he came down the trees and learned to walk. And just see the position, how slowly he learned to stand straight and walk straight. So children, in this chapter, we have learned about the development of early human from ape to modern man. With this children, we finish our first chapter, and if you have books, go to the lesson, and I have sent you a few questions in the form of PDF based on this explanation, and you can write that in your rough note.